Good day, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I miss you so much. So, we have here our third topic for the algebra series, translating phrases into algebraic expressions. Why do I need to teach this? Because usually, most of the time, our exams, in any exam that we take, it's in word problem. So, hindi 2x plus y equals 3 find x plus find y. Hindi ganyan. We usually have word problems. And if we have mastery, about this topic, in translating phrases into algebraic expressions, then it would be easy for us to answer these word problems. So, what are our essential skills? Of course, motivation. You must be motivated. That's what I keep on telling you, you must be motivated to learn. And two, the keywords and phrases which specifically refer to a mathematical operation. Ano ito? Okay, if you have the motivation, then good. If you don't have, then stop. But if meron na, let's proceed to number 2. Okay? So, for addition, we're talking about these terms, no? For addition, kapag makita mo na ito, sum, 'di ba? Basic lang si sum. Ito kasi usual sum addition talaga siya, 'di ba? Plus, 'di ba? Mas basic. Pero ito na po ang ibang mga words na pwedeng mag-signify ng addition. Ha? In word problems, if my word na sum plus a basic, of course, it's addition. But if you have greater, ay, addition pala siya. Of course, greater kasi, di ba? Increased by, it's addition. More than, it's addition. Exceeds, it's addition. Total of, it's addition. Combined together, it's addition. And the basic one, added to. Okay, again, these are the terms that you must memorize if you don't want to familiarize or understand. But I advise you to understand these things. No, para kung malagay ito sa word problem such as 3 greater than 4, somehow like that na mga question using this term greater, more than, 3 more than a number, 5 exceeds a number, a total of ganyan. So, hindi lang kasi most of the time, if elementary, baka ito lang. The sum of 2 and a number, 2 plus a number. But, if you are taking CSE, LET exam, or any other exam, hindi na po ganyan. Ito na pong iba ng mga words. So, let's have examples, Number 1, 6 more than the input value. Or the input value is the value that we don't know yet. Ang iba, pagka-state dyan is 6 more than a number. Ha? Ibang pagka-state. Ha? Do we know the number at the moment? No. Do we know the input value? No. So, it's 6. Kung more than, it's just plus. So, lagyan mo lang ng plus a number. X or Y or A or B. Any variable will do. But we are used to X and Y. Diba? But X, okay. But A, okay. But F, okay. Ha? So, 6 more than. See? More than. So, if you don't know these terms, you cannot say that it's addition. Diba? Kasi ang nasa utak natin, 6 plus a number. Ha? Diba? Usually basic. 6 plus a number. If that's the case, easy lang kasi plus. But ito more than. Baka ang sabihin mo, 6 more than. Wrong na hindi na makasolve. Diba? Usually, ganyan kasi ang problem. Hindi natin matranslate into algebraic expression ang mga verbal phrases. Number 2, the input value. This is from a reference. Ginagamit nila ang input value. Pero pwede ding a number increased by 5. So, let's use another variable. We don't know the number yet. So, a number increased by 5. So it's just y plus 5 lang para sir? Or x plus 5? Yes. A plus 5? Yes. B plus 5? Yes. Any variable will do. From A to Z. You like your name that starts with letter L? Why not? Diba? Then, number 3. This is our third task. Translate it to verbal phrases. So, this is just an additional task. So, if I am to translate, of course, the basic, y plus 3. Pero, pwede din palang y increased by 3. Diba? The sum of y and 3. So, pakicopy na lang there. or combine together y and 3. Diba? Or y added to 3. Ganyan. Ganyan na ganyan lang po. So, you should remember these terms. Greater, greater, greater ha, not greater than. Kaya pala kanina, so greater than. Greater, 6 greater than the input value, increased by, more than, exceeds. Okay. How about for addition, sir? I mean subtraction. Okay, for subtraction, we also have this. Okay, difference, the main term, no? Difference between or of, minus a basic, less than, decreased by, subtracted, ay may word na subtract, so basic lang. Decrease, so i-understand nyo kung i-decrease by, so subtraction. Reduced by, subtraction. The same lang from decreased, tapos reduced, fewer than, or the remainder between. Ha? So, di ba, ang alam natin baka at the moment is just difference or minus, no? Itong pinaka-basic, minus lang, hindi mo pa ang alam ang difference. But if we will use these terms in a verbal phrase, no? Mathematical phrase, then it's for subtraction. Okay? So, let's try. Here, 4 less than the input value. Again, the main reference that I use have input value, but we can have this as a number. 4 less than a number. Meaning, hindi natin alam. Ha? So, 4 less than a number. Ganyan. Ganyan na ganyan lang po. Ha? The difference, ay, see? May word na difference. Siyempre, you put in your mind na minus na yan. The difference between the input value and 7. Ay, una si input value or the number. So, let's use another variable. A minus 7. Okay, that's it. The difference daw of an input value and 7. And lastly, our task is to translate this into verbal sentence. Okay, so y minus 3, basic, di ba? The remainder of y and 3, di ba? Using these words. Okay, y decreased by. Kasi gamitin natin. Okay, for multiplication, basic lang. Okay? Basic lang actually ang multiplication at division. Wala nang masyadong maraming mga key terms. Or mga words. Paano itong smile ko left and right? Okay, so we have product. Of course, basic lang yan, di ba? Product of, multiplied by, times. Very basic. Pero may times na increased by a factor, decreased by a factor. Yung nag-topic tayo of percentage based and rate, di ba may maganyan? Of its multiplication. Okay? So, product multiplied in times, ito, basic lang talaga. Product of multiplied times 3 times 4, di ba? Multiplication yan of, di ba? Multiplication din yan. So, no need to memorize, no? For multiplication because again, it's just basic. Okay. So, example, the product of the input and 3. The product of a number. I-change natin sa ibang reference. Of a number and 3. So, the product of a number, we use maybe another variable. So, z and 3. Diba? But usually, in mathematics, we have first number, then a variable. So, i-rearrange. I-rearrange natin. That's 3z. As in mathematics, the arrangement is number first, or the constant, then the variable. Baka sabihin nyo, Z3 kasi yan, sir, kasi ang una is the product of a number or of the input. So, it's the Z, sir, and 3. So, it's 3 times, Z times 3. So, that's 3Z. Okay? Okay. How about negative 6 times the input? Okay. So, negative 6, basic, times, times parang X na siya, no? So, gamitan lang natin ng Y. So, if that's the case, its multiplication is just negative 6y. Diba? The product times basic lang. Now, our task now is to translate this into verbal phrase. So, 3 times y, diba? The product of 3 and y, 3 multiplied to y. Ganyan. Basic lang talaga kung multiplication. So, what you should put in your mind right now are the terms for subtraction and addition. No, for multiplication, easy. Same for division, easy din. We have quotient of, divided, ratio, per, out of, percent. Di ba? Quotient of, quotient. Divided, divide. Ratio, that's division. Per, that's division. Di ba? Out of, so baka ang new natin ngayon, ang word na out of. Out of. 10 out of 2. So that's 10 out of 2. Ah, kaya pala, yes. Di ba? And percent. Divided by 100. Di ba? Ang 10%, just to review, kasi bakit may percent? 10% is just 10 divided by 100. Di ba? In decimal, that's 0.10. I have discussion about this, so you visit. But now for division, our topic is to translate verbal phrases to mathematical expressions. So we have here, the ratio of the input and 2. Oh, may the input pa rin. We don't know that value. So let's have x and 2. Tapos kung ratio, division yan. So the ratio of the input and 2. Pwede. Pwedeng ganyan. But we usually write it into this one. The ratio of a value and 2. Ganyan. Pwede na to. Pero baka sa choices wala, sabihin mo, ay, wrong ang sinabi ni sir. No, hindi. Same lang pala ito sila. Okay? So, o baka sabihin mo, pwedeng ganyan, sir. Kung yan ang nasa choices, o sige, ganyan, okay yan. Pero kung hindi yan sa choices ito, so you choose that. Ha? Number 2. The quotient ay basic lang talaga kapag division. Parang nasa isip mo na talaga na ang mga key terms alam mo na, quotient divided by, ratio, per, ganyan. So, the quotient of 1 and the input or a number. So, the quotient of 1 and a number. So, pwede ganyan or 1 and the input. That's it. That's just it. Basic. So, for number 3, 10 divided by z, 10 over c, z, 10 per z, 10 out of z, ganyan. 10 divided by z, diba? Sige, kung ako papiliin, ako pa-answerin. So, ang basic lang, 10 divided by z. O yan. Ganyan lang po ka-basic. Yan lang po ang dapat yung tandaan. Now, we have here the harder examples, more difficult examples, but I should not say that because we love to learn math, and math is just easy. Especially if we study in a step-by-step manner. Now, so let's try more. 3 increased by 12 times a number. Yeah. Parang dalawa na dito. 3. Tapos, increase. It's plus. Diba? Increase by 12 times a number. 12 times a number we don't know yet. So, why? So, ganyan ba? Pwede. Pwede na yan. 3 increase by, which is plus, 12 times a number. Pero, the simplified form, 3 plus 12 times y. Diba? It's just 12y. And this is the final answer. Baka sabihin nyo, sir, may ganyan din pala. Yes, actually in most cases, this is the way the question is asked. Combination of operations, not just increased by 12. Stop there na. Hindi. It's a combination. Number 2, 3 times the difference. Ay, difference naman. So, 3 times the difference of a number and 12. Erasin muna natin dito para hindi Okay. 3, okay, isulat. Times, isulat. Difference. So, meaning minus natin, no? A number and 12. Wala. So, 3 times difference of a number. We don't know the number, so let's use y. But it's the difference, ha? Difference of a number. This is the continuation of a sentence, ha? Hindi, difference, lagyan mo ng minus, tapos a number and 12. Example, no? Individualize mo. 3 times the difference, minus na. Kasi sabi ni sir, difference minus. A number, we don't know why. And, kasi andyan, plus. Tapos 12. Ay, hindi na. Ha? Do not do that. Na step by step mo talaga. Ha? Kasi, this is part of the sentence. Itong the difference of number and 12. the difference of a number and 12. So, the difference of a number, let's use y, and 12. So, this is it. So, just put that in a close parenthesis. So, your final answer is 3 times y minus 12. Ha? This is just multiplication kasi, di ba? Ito, multiplication. So, same lang po ito sila. Di ba? If you have questions, feel free to comment. Number 3, the square of a number increased by 2. Hala, hindi na ituro ang square of a number. Pero alam ko, kung square of a number, if it's 2 square, so ibig sabihin dyan, 2 times 2. So, we don't know the number. So, use x kasi hindi ko alam. A will do, B will do, A to Z will do. So, the square of a number plus increased by, which is plus 2. Ito na ba, sir? Yes. Huwag mo nang ipasok pa ang different thoughts sa mind mo at sabihin mo, ay baka hindi ito. The square of a number lang. The square of a number. We don't know the number. So, x yan, y yan, a yan, b, c, d, l, m, n, o, p. Plus 2. And that's it. If you have questions, feel free to ask in the comment box. And the sum of 3 consecutive numbers here. This is the question I usually hear. No? And I usually answer sa mga exam. Sum of consecutive 3 numbers. So, if ever a given number, say 1, what's the next? So, 2. What's the next? 3. So, these are the 3 consecutive numbers, right? Kung 10, what's the next one? 11. Kasi consecutive na, sunod-sunod. What's the next one? 12. Now, the question here, do we know the consecutive numbers? Hindi. Hindi pa. So, we should put a variable in mind kasi hindi mo pa alam. Kung alam mo na 1 ang first number, ay of course, ang second, 2, ang susunod, 3. Kung 10 ang first number, anong susunod? Of course, 11, 12, consecutive nga, sunod-sunod. Pero hindi mo alam, so we use a number which we don't know yet to represent it. So, x, ay. So, paano makuha ang sunod? So, let's have 1, 2, 3. Paano nakuha si 2? We just added 1. Diba? 1 plus 1, 2. Tapos 2 plus 1, 3. Ay, sir. So, ang next of that is x plus 1. Yes, ang next, x plus 2. Let's check daw. Kung 10 si x, so, x plus 1, kasi 10 si x, so 10 plus 1, 11. 10 plus 2, 12. Ay, so correct, sir. So, let's have another number. Kung 1 si x, so 1 plus 1, 2. 1 plus 2, 3. Ay, correct, sir. Yes, since it's the sum, add these all. So, x, so let's use blue. X plus 1 plus x plus 2. And that's it. That's just it. If you have questions, feel free. I want you to try this at home and comment your answers in the chat box. This is the main friends. Congratulations for learning the topic.